Hi, welcome back. Today you're going to be getting ready with me to go on a date and doing this soft glam makeup look. To get ready, I decided to go ahead and start with my hair first. I'm actually following a tutorial that I watched on YouTube. I cannot remember the girl's name off the top of my head, but I will link that original video down below. So I just started by teasing the top of my hair. I wanted a little bit of lift and volume at the top. And then I'm making basically, I think what she called a topsy-turvy pigtail, where you create a pigtail and then thread it through. So I'm going to basically just repeat that process a couple of times by adding more hair each time that I go down and just tying it with a little clear elastic and making another topsy-turvy pigtail. And I believe I do that 4 times in total. And looking back, I wish I had done it 5 times. Right here you can see me putting in the third topsy-turvy pigtail. I wish I had put one more in between the second and the third one that I'm creating here. I think it would have looked nicer and there wouldn't have been such a empty space in between these 2 pigtails. But I mean, that's just my personal preference. I think she recommends doing at least 4 to 5 in the video that I watched. And I do wish I had went ahead and done 5 of these instead of 4. But, you know, this was my first time doing it, and honestly, I wanted to get done. Like I said, I was doing my hair first, and I know a lot of people will do their makeup first, but for me, if I sat down and did my makeup and then went in and did my hair, I would sweat all of my makeup off because doing my hair stresses me out. So at the end, when I did the 4th and final topsy-turvy pigtail, I basically rolled it into itself and bobby pinned it, and now I'm just going back in and kind of creating the texture that I want. I'm pulling different pieces to add height or dimension in different sections, and I did have to just kind of play around with it. I pulled some hair out in the front by my ears and decided I was going to curl those, but again, I'm just going in with bobby pins and pinning different sections up that I felt were a little too loose, or different sections that my hair was too short and didn't really go into the topsy-turvy pigtail enough. So after I did the initial So the next step in getting ready is to do makeup. And I decided I wanted to try a soft glam look. And honestly, I've heard of that term a lot. Like I've heard people saying, oh, I'm going to do a soft glam look. But I really didn't know what that meant. So I just Googled it. And the keywords that keep popping up is radiant, neutral, diffused, a soft filter but better, glowing skin, glossy lips, fluffy brows, warm eyes. So with that in mind, I did grab out some products last night that I thought I could put together to kind of create this soft glam look. So obviously, if we're going for glowy skin, I'm going to start by spraying my skin with the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Spray. Okay, fluffy brows. So what I've grabbed is my AOA Sculpting Brow Pencil in Blonde and my Micro Ink pen by Brow Stylist Loreal. in the shade, I believe this is blonde as well. So let's see if I can't create a fluffy brow with these things. Also, I did Color Street for the first time, trying to kind of match my shirt. It's pretty. I mean, my cuticles aren't the best. Definitely these nails, where it's like the pink and then it was another nail overlay on top of it, they definitely look the best. But I thought it was pretty. Just trying to do something. And then my hair, so I did end up like cutting I probably shouldn't have, but I did cut some of these curls off because I thought it looked better. I'm hoping once I put jewelry on that will tie everything together. All right, let's see if we can't create this fluffy brow. I am using this AOA brow pencil because where it is slightly waxy, I feel like it will hold my brows up in place like I want. So I'm just going to, oh, and it started raining. So once I seen that it started raining, I was like, this is the hair we're going with. I'm not going to continue working on my hair to have to walk out in the rain. So this is just what we're going with. Okay, so now that I have my shape, I'm going to fill in my brows fluffy. Think fluffy. Not that fluffy. Okay, that's pretty fluffy. Now, I think I want to fill in, excuse me, my nose is running. Are we surprised? Oh, those nails do look nice from back here. Good, I have more. I'll have to keep up with that. Okay, I think I want to fill in a little bit with this. See, the tip of it is like, I don't know. It's weird, but it works. Okay, I think I do want some type of brow gel. I have a clear brow gel. Where is that? Hold on one second. I want to find my clear brow gel. Just remembered I gave my clear brow gel to my sister. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here where I did her makeup for summertime for like a teen look. Alright, so I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of this. This is about the waxiest product that I have to kind of keep my brows in place. Alright, I think I'll just have to like clean up right there. But let's go ahead and see if we can't get the other side in the same family. I'm not going to say that they're going to be sisters, but I would like for them to at least be third cousins. Alright, we're gonna call that good enough and move on. They look a little crazy, but I'm not really used to doing the whole fluffy thing, so maybe that's why they look different to me, because I did try to fluff them up more than normal. Okay, so again, with the Radiant Natural Glowing Skin, for my primer, I am going to use a combo of the L'Oreal Visible Lift Luminous Serum Tint, as well as my Hard Candy Primer, Smoothing Primer Balm. So I'm going to take a good bit of this, kind of in my T-zone, and start to work that in. And then on top of that, going to go in with the L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum in the shade 01 Pearl. Alright, I'm going to let that hang out for a second. And then for eyes, we're trying to go for warm. So I kind of felt like a warmish pinkish brown. So I grabbed my Sweet Talk palette, which I'm pretty sure is the palette that I used with this shirt last time. Okay, so I actually just seen Jamie French doing like this different kind of a technique for people with hooded eyes, where she actually didn't go in with a transition color. She went in with her 3 colors and then just kind of blended. I know, it was interesting, but I think I'm going to give that a go, because I actually do understand what she's saying about it looking muddy with transition color. So I'm just going to prime with a little bit of my Revlon Candid concealer. And I'm going to just go over that with the shade Catch Me to set it. Okay, so now I think I'm going to start how she did in the outer corner and work my way in. Of course, my color switch is gone. My little boy likes to take it, and he calls these paintbrushes. And he always wants to take a paintbrush. He goes, paintbrush, mommy? Paintbrush? And of course I say yes. And then I go to sit down and I can't find my stuff, but it makes him so happy. I can't say no. Okay, I'll just have to work with that. So warm. warm colors. I think I'm going to go in with this color on the outer part of my eye. Then I'm going to take this big fluffy brush with nothing on it and just kind of buff around that. So then for the middle shade, I am going to go in with this shade up here called Work It. Again, taking that big fluffy brush with nothing on it and just buffing that out. Okay, and then on the inner corner, I'm debating taking this shade or, ooh, maybe I'll do that as inner corner highlight. This shade. I think I'm going to go in with that shade, and then I'm going to do that as my inner corner highlight. So, going in on the very inner part of my eye. All right, going in with the shade Melody. So we went in with this shade on the outer part, outer, middle, inner. All right, and I am taking that on a flat shader brush, just pressing that onto the inner part. Then I am going to go back in just a little bit of that middle shade, especially on this eye. I feel like I lost a little bit of it. And then lastly, I'm going to get in with that fluffy brush and just blend, this windshield wiper blend right there. Okay, I like that. I like how it doesn't look muddied in my crease, because normally once I do my crease color and then my eyes settle, yeah, see that? Ready and settle. You like lose a lot of that, but I feel like this way I haven't lost all the work that I put into the shades. Just blending a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take a wet wipe and kind of clean that up. So here's kind of that warm, they said warm eye. All right, so now I'm going to go in with mascara. I am actually, yes, I'm going to curl my eyelashes and then put mascara on. This is one of the best mascaras ever, I'm telling you, and it's $5. It's the best. It's the absolute best. Oh, till I got it. Okay, so that's not a big deal. I'm not going to stress, even though I'm a little bit stressing. I'll just wait till that dries and wipe it off with a Q-tip later. Okay, so now for face, again, we want radiant, neutral, diffused, filter but better, glowing skin. So what I think I want to do is, one, because it's hot, and two, because we're going for this very glowy effect, is do the reverse foundation technique. Now, I did not create this. However, look at this little curl from the wind. It's cracking me up. However, I have done one video on this. I'll link for you up here. I originally seen this done by Jamie French, so I will also link her video, the original one, in the description box below. So I have cream products. Let me turn, I don't know what happened there. I have cream products, but then I also have some powder products that are glowy to kind of set down my cream. So let me grab that stuff out here. Yes, okay. So I'm going to start with my bronzer, and I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer. This is in the shade Toffee. So I'm going to warm this up on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take my sponge, dip into it, and basically contour. Or bronze, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now, I am going to go ahead and do my concealer to give me a little bit of coverage on my cheeks. So I'm going to use a little bit of my Hydratouch Primer by NYX under my eyes. All right, and then I'm going to go in with my Revlon, because I do want something kind of glowy, and this Revlon Photoready Candid Concealer, in my opinion, is a more, not luminous or glowy, but definitely a more radiant, natural looking concealer. So I'm going to pop that right there, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that out and bring it down onto my cheeks just a little bit. Okay. So now for blush, I have some of my Believe Beauty Color Me Cream Blush in the shade Doll Face. And I actually just dipped straight into this with my sponge. So I'm going to tap that in and probably tap off a little bit on my hand actually and blush my cheeks. I was watching Wayne Goss and he was talking about how we smile and then blush, and then when we drop our face, that drops our blush. So just blush your face in its natural position so that you're keeping your blush in the intended spot, which I thought was really smart. I never thought about that. I usually always am like, smile, da, da, da. Then when you drop your face, like, you know, you smile and you get it on the apples and then it drops down. Anyway, I thought that was smart. That's why he's Wayne Goss, right? Because he's smart. Okay, so now what I want to do is set. But for my bronzer, I'm going to lightly set it with my L'Oreal Lumi True Match bronzer because, again, we're wanting that radiant, natural, diffused look, and I don't want to put powder over it. I'd rather use a very light Lumi bronzer. In fact, I'm going to go in with this brush that's super diffused to do that. Oh, wait, before I do that, pause. So, I'm going to take my Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid Hydrating Foundation. I'm going to pump a little bit of that on to the back of my hand. This is in the shade 02 Fair Porcelain. Now, before I go in and set, which I was just doing, I'm actually going to take this, and I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm just going to touch those areas that need coverage. So for me, I am going to go in and hit the chin. I'm going to cover this area in between my forehead, but try not to get into the bronzer. I'm going to kind of lightly cover this area and this area, which is where basically I didn't put bronzer or blush. And look, that's how much I pump, but that's how much I actually use because I'm just hitting those areas where I didn't already put down product. And honestly, it's not looking too bad. Let me do just a smidge around my nose here. That side looks good. Okay, so now I can wipe that off. Look, again, that's how much product I still have left. So I am going to go ahead and finish setting down that bronzer. And I'm going to sweep just a little bit over my forehead because it is looking a tad bit too stark white right there, but I think that that kind of fixed the situation. And then I'm going to take some of this and run it over my neck. Then to set my blush, I'm going to tap into just a little bit of this Hard Candy Silk Blush plus Mango Butter. Just Glow Silk Blush in the shade Gush Blush. That's a lot of words. Alright, so let me make sure this is clean. I'm going to tap into that and just very lightly set that cream blush with a glowy blush. Oh, no, got too much. Alright, so I'm going to take my powder brush and just kind of try to not get some of that blush off of there. So then, for highlighter, I wanted something glowy but more natural and fresh looking. So I grabbed this e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam highlighting palette, but I want to stick to this shade right here. And instead of using that green shade, I think I'm just going to use this for my brow and my inner corner highlight. So let me make sure this is clean. Again, I'm just tapping into this shade. Oh, blasphemy. I just dug my nail into one of my pretty ColourPop eyeshadows. How many of you have been staring at that the whole time? I know I have. Me. Okay. And then to finish off the lower lashes, I am going to go in with that first shade, ICYMI. I don't know what that means, to tell you the honest truth. I'm going to take that on a little bit of a fluffy brush and just kind of blow that out down here. And then to finish connecting, I'm going to take some of that shade Work It. Okay, for lips, you want glossy lips. So for color, to give me some color, I'm going to go in with my Milani Color Statement Lip Liner True Instant Color Long Wearing Easy Glide Formula, blah, 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 in the shade 04 All Natural. Oh, hello. How about you need sharpened? Holy crap. Can I get a sharpener? This needs sharpened ASAP. Okay. Then to make it glossy, I'm going in with my Revlon Super Lustrous, I don't even know what this is, in the shade Nude Illuminator. Voila, glossy. Okay. Alright, I do want to set my under eyes. I'm just going to tap in with a little bit of my e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder, just to keep it kind of that luminous look. And then for the rest of my face, I did go back in and spray some more with my Catrice spray. And then just to kind of set my T-zone, I am going to use a little bit of my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. Alright, and that is my best attempt at Soft Glam. I think my eyes might be too much, but I don't know. I think Soft Glam, while Soft Glam had kind of those key words, I think it's your interpretation of those words that makes it Soft Glam or not. So here is kind of my thoughts, and what I like is that my face doesn't feel heavy, and so I feel like I'm not going to sweat it all off before I even walk out the door for the day. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Hold on. Alright, turn that off. Is my curl still a curl? Yes. Okay. So far that's working out. Yeah, I think my eyes might be a little too intense, but hey, Soft Glam, yes or no? Filter, but better. Glowing skin, glossy lips, fluffy brows, warm eyes. Again, I think it's your interpretation of those kind of keywords. So anyway, here is my Soft Glam getting ready for a date night. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Let me see. We need to finish getting ready by doing some jewelry. Let's hope these earrings go in. I haven't worn earrings in so long that every time I do now, it turns my ears bloodshot red, and then they like get infected. Alright, so that's my Soft Glam. Get ready with me. I thank you for watching. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.